there's a crowd. It's football time. Can you feel me now? How many times I'ma tell you my team's the best? We gon' win this game. I love no contest. Next football time. Once again, it's on. So everybody out of your seats and start to get grown. And tell them, we ain't never scared. 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 Let's go. The anticipation, what's about to go down. You can feel the vibration from town to town. 22 players ready for taxing. All the people in the stands are ready for action. It's time to go head to head on the gridiron. Watch out! Cause the turf is flying. It's just the second quarter, 4 seconds to halftime. It's a Hail Mary pass. It's football time. Football time. Once again, it's on. So everybody out of your seats and start to get grown. And tell them, we ain't never scared. 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 Let's come into the game. It's hot, dirty to dirty. It's going back and forth. It's about to get ugly. Everybody doing the wave to get in for the team. It's the heart of the battle, the American dream. Now it's 20 yards to go. You can feel the tension. Concentrating on the game. No time for slipping. It's prime time. Sunday night. We made the field goal. Everybody get high. It's football time. Once again, it's on. So everybody out of your seats and start to get grown. Tell them, we ain't never scared. 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 It's football time. Once again, it's on. So everybody out of your seats and start to get grown. And tell them, we ain't never scared. 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 Let's go.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the London Bulldogs. That we head across the Atlantic to London. Standing by with the call and maybe a little jet lagged. Here are Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oklahoma City Nighthawks and the London Bulldogs. Alongside my partner, ready.
Looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnist write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious that that'll help them win.
Play there on the catch and run. 41 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
60 Pittsburgh. I can't believe they even let you play.
Howard on third down. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So it'll remain to be seen how many drives this unit gets in, this being the preseason. But here they start with 3 points.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll actually see them anymore. They got 3 points on the board, one drive here in preseason. In this game, baseball caps, NFL approved, of course, for everyone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks, standing at 6'5".
I read something prepping for this. Said leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, Gillespie. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On 1st and 10, Gillespie is going to let this go for the... And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. DJ Moore, 41 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. His throw incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him to do that?
Now a hit and a loose football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Finish, boy. Finish strong.
Guy to align yourself with on that play. Wow.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Breakstone, Travis.
They run the counter. It's Powers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
12-3 your score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 30 base.
They'll run on first down. Kennedy, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. It's Kennedy trying to run it inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that.
It seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in there. Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach, he'll have about stats and scores. And now did he step out of the end zone? Yes, he did. The referee says he stepped out, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, the spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Looking to throw. McCann. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players, so you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into...
And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 54 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
No problem there on the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to look deep. He's got a man complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. DJ Moore, 77 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. no good. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Now that's a heck of a So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it.
Second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Coleman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd and 4. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time. Report. Coach.
In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Coleman got an open man. It's McLeod. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Now he'll pull it down, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense. Not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's to Smith. He'll get about.
Side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Looking to throw. McCann. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Throwing on first down. Coleman. And he's got his man out of the backfield. There's
nothing available there for him.
The final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now here in London as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Off the play fake. Coleman sliding out of the pocket. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this.
And look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. On fourth down, McCann. And that is incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, Coleman. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. Some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. McCann. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. And hope that one of the guys can come up with it. And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it. They do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, Pugh. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Looking to throw. Cole, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Flush to his right.
How many times have we...
But not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Looking to throw.
7-point league.
He's taken down.
See that in this one.
And not only that, but this is as they come up facing second and a bundle. On.
We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Trick somebody that knows something about it. But I won't answer now. Where, why? See, a lot of